Rive is the latest game from 2Tribes Games. Built on top of the Toki-Tori 2 engine, it has been adapted into a fast-paced action platformer shooter. There is some plot behind the game, and it is designed around the use of an Xbox 360 controller, but I am actually using the keyboard, so you are able to use that if you don't have one without a problem. What do I use to pick this up? I forget. I used to be able to just walk over it to collect it. It appears that they've changed that now. Excellent. Now enemies drop these. E is to pick up on the pad, and as you can see, by shooting the shields you will get less shields. The sound is being interrupted every time I jump though, which is a bit distracting. Again, this didn't happen before. This could just be to do with recording though, because I do seem to be having some glitches. The game does run a lot smoother than this natively. But it's definitely a very fun game, and it's based on score, attack and speeds, and general arcade fun. I don't know the current price point or how many hours of gameplay you get at present, as the game is still early in development. But it was received well at EGX. And these completely blow up my shields, so one more hit and I will be dead. Which defeats the purpose of having the medbot there. I guess it's more to tutorialise the medbot, but considering it doesn't actually help you in any form at present, because these are kind of a one-hit kill, they do defeat the purpose. You do get progress gated off at points, so you do lose the pickup. I'll demonstrate the different types of enemies. Some can hurt you, but others will create, as you can see, the pink blur on the screen, so the more of them that you get hit, the harder it will be to see. This is new. They changed the layout of the level, but right click uses power-ups, such as the EMP. You will get different power-ups, as you see in the top right hand corner. I have a limited number of use on these. At present I don't know the purpose of the white blobs. Probably score collect, or maybe they recharge something, I'm not sure. As you can see, it's very much the arcade platformer evolves, although I am again getting glitches whilst recording because I seem to be having some processor problems with this. It has not ran like this any time I've played it in the past, which is going to make writing the review video quite difficult, isn't it? Come on. Apologies for that glitch. I had to pause the recording so the process could actually continue with the gameplay. Here you reach a gate where I could feasibly just continue. In fact, I am just going to skip ahead. It's designed for you to kill all the enemies there and then figure out that you can escape through there, but if you're going to go for a speed run, then I guess you could just skip that as I did. But a score attacker would want to stay in there and continue to fight all of the enemies. I did seem to have extra jumps than normal there. Normally you only get one extra jump, but I appear to have 3 now. Maybe this was updated in the latest builds. But usually there's only 2 jumps, and that is sufficient for exploring, and there will be again powers that will make things work differently later. There's a much lower shield there, and I don't know where visually it shows on the screen my shield, but other than the aura around me, which you can see reduces as I take hits and it gets a smaller and smaller shield, which not only makes it less effective, there's less area to be shielded from enemy attacks. This lava will chase you down and be an instant kill, so you need to escape that. Oops, and try not to land in the main lava. Luckily the shield helps even through that. If you haven't, you get the medbot here, which will heal the health in the bottom left, right of the corner. I currently have EMPs. I can leave it in there and lock it out by accident, but I don't wish to do that. Homing missiles aren't as good as EMPs, but EMPs probably aren't too useful here. Again, you lose your health bot there, but I have managed to get it through that in the past, so it's not too big a problem. Score attack again, you might want to stay in there and fight off the mass, but I would rather just get on with the game and lock them out. Again, there's a lot of potential for other things besides what is shown in this early playthrough. There'll be other enemy types, other area types. It's just early build, early testing, and a variety of different bosses, one of which you'll be seeing coming up now. I'm not going to say all bosses are going to be based off the smaller enemies, there'll probably be some unique and different ones, but this one, you'll notice, is in particular in the theme of one of the main enemies that we've run across at present. Killing the bosses will provide other upgrades, and there was word that it will be quite an open world, such as Tokitori 2 was, and you could choose to progress as you wish, either going the path to gain all the upgrades or just rushing the boss straight away. With a very low powered original build with nothing extra. No ability to use the heal bots, no ability to gain other hacks. So different to Tokitori 2 where you only had the one power and never gained anything, just knowledge, this will actually have powers that you will gain, which will help you do further things. I wonder what the boss could be in this area, given the type of enemy that we are facing at present. You have an unlimited amount of ammo, and again, I'm not sure if you'll get different weapon types. You think you should. I should really stand here so that I can cheese this boss. Once you know the tactic, it's a bit easier. It never came with a burger before either, so I now have a free burger! Oh, come on. I think the jump has been nerfed, because that jump used to be a lot easier than that. And again, if you lose your health, you respawn here with no health, so maybe that's what they've changed with the burgers. And those homing missiles are pretty useless. Oh dear! Saying that, bouncing them off the shield and the number of homing missiles that I appear to get now made cheesing that boss rather easy. So now I can hack the kamikaze bots in a way that I couldn't before. See, I have a sub point under my points. So if I hack this, it will slow down time as well when you hack. And it turns it into a gravity displacement unit like we saw in the previous room, which will allow you to progress into areas that you couldn't previously access. Whether there'll be secrets in areas such as the first area, who knows? But there's an overarching plot where there's the whole main computer and it's trying to attack you, and I don't want to give too many spoilers, but they have revealed hints, well basically they've said the entire plot of what goes on between your interactions with the computer, but that's for you to discover when playing the main game. I'm sure the plot isn't the main draw of the game, it's going to be the gameplay, and from what I've played so far, it's very smooth, very good. No high score on this build at present, and my kill streak and multi-kill pretty bad. and 5 minutes to complete. But I'll always get the highest score. And this was available at EGX, and I'm sure if there are any game shows that you're visiting, they will be at those as well. Very smooth, very good animations, and just everything about the game feels right and very fun. And I don't know if I can cheese it up there, you're not meant to. There's bound to be nothing up there, but you just get so close that you have to keep trying. You should check it out for yourself. If you follow Two Tribes Games, they might be able to have a demo build for you to play, if you can't make it to a fun event. If not, it shall be out, hopefully, not in the too distant future. It's very polished and seems like all they need to do is program in all the levels, get some extra bosses, extra enemies, and then it should all be good to go. So check it out for yourself, it definitely gets a recommendation from me. And like I say, the freezing and all the graphical issues are just because I'm recording and not anywhere in the game. It normally runs a hell of a lot smoother than this. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh yeah, and if you do have problems, there is a 30 frames per second limiter that you can set, which will sort out any issues you have and just make it run completely smooth on, as long as your computer is like anything remotely reasonable at playing games. It doesn't have to be the top end. It can sort with most. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.